Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor Marie, and I'm here for you guys today. As usual, we are talking all things intimacy. And the reason that I dive so much into intimacy is a lot of people will cut it out of their life and or use certain things to bypass, like, truly feeling what bringing in a soulmate or soul complement would to a relationship dynamic in the form of intimacy, and why we should all strive to have the best intimacy in our life, because it will bring so much big stuff to your life. And with that being said, why should we look toward getting the gold, getting the 4 out of 4, getting the soulmate in our life? Why should we strive for that? It is because we will reach those levels of happiness and fulfillment. A lot of people right now we'll compare ourselves. Okay, so we will compare ourselves to people in this lifetime and be like, well, they have more money. This is why intuition is so important, because the people that have money don't necessarily have the depth to create a feeling state that is going to actually fulfill them. Meaning, that was kind of fluffy. People can have money but no purpose. And so that's why a lot of people can feel really lost. And then the people that don't have money have purpose, because they're like, I need to get up every single day because I need to eat food today. So they're like, what does that have to do with intimacy? The thing is that when we get to experience pleasure in this lifetime, our pleasure comes from understanding our mission, and it translates into our intimate life. And so when we're not feeling pleasure throughout the day, or we're not feeling passion toward our life, or excitement or exuberance toward our life, we will get the reflection of not having intimacy. This is why you'll see people that are in like a 30-year long relationship, and all of a sudden, you know, they no longer have intimacy, they're no longer like close with each other. And it is because they don't have the drive and focus and passion toward life anymore, the exuberance, the excitement. And this is where I come in. And as you guys know, I do work with horses, and horses have a very, very high frequency, a very, very high frequency. And when we're around horses, we're able to bring that passion back out into people, and especially like being in a physical vicinity with people, I like to get to know that person and to work with that person one on one with horses. Hi guys, you guys are coming in from all over the place. We got people from Turkey, people from the Philippines. We are here talking about intimacy, so if you guys have any questions around intimacy or the topic of intimacy, I am an intuitive and I can help you guys with any questions that you have going on right now. And with this topic of intimacy, when we're missing this piece in our life, a lot of people will be like, well, I'll just have a one night stand. Okay, but if we saw ourselves to our core version, to our core version, we will strive to find the best of the best, to not only be in alignment with those people, but we will hold ourselves differently, carry ourselves differently. We'll align ourselves with people that are actually for us. There is people for you. So before we get all sad and we're like, there's no one made for me, I'm going to die alone, there is people made for you. They are called a 4 out of 4. Now, I've talked to you guys about this in other videos. They are the hardest people to be with, but your higher self will align you with those people when you understand reflections. So, when we understand reflections, or how the physical is just a manifestation of our subconscious mind, we then are able to get to those top tier versions of not only seeing ourselves as the best and bringing in those polarity components, the complementary components, because we're now seeing ourselves as the best. You can now see your, for the longest time, my soulmate, my partner who I've been on and off with for 5 years, like, a lot of people will say, oh, if you're back and forth with this person, they're not the one for you. He is the one for me, but I was so low in how I saw myself that I couldn't sustain him being in my life. So now when I'm with him, he sees me to my core. I see me to my core. My core is in my mission here, the attributes associated with my mission, who I am here to be, to who I am here to help. Um, in this lifetime, you guys are here to help people in your lifetime. And it's not just some fruity, like, I'm going to help people. You came here with aspects that only you brought with your soul, that only you can do. And so when you don't align yourself with the core version of yourself, those people don't get helped anymore. And so that's why it's so important to work with intuition to see what it is you came here to do. For example, I work with animals and I bring passion back into people's lives because I am able to see intuitively what would work best in alignment for them. A lot of people come to me when they're trying to get rid of an animal, when something's going wrong with an animal, when they've just got an animal. There's a lot of people that I bring into my sphere. But with our drive and our passion and our mission, if you don't have that every single day, you'll not want to be here. You'll be like, I don't see what my purpose is. And for the longest time, that's how I felt, you guys. In 2020, I felt so purposeless, right? I felt like I didn't want to be here whatsoever in 2020. It wasn't until I understood how sensitive my intuition is to what I am here to do, um, and ride that for like 4 years and cry. I was screaming, crying, and throwing up, you guys, for like 4 years. I worked at a bank and it was so wildly unfulfilling. The only thing that made sense to me was dogs and horses and helping people because I knew that I could help people, um, make the money, get the job. I've seen it happen over and over and over. I had seen people, with my help, build massive businesses, but I was like, why don't I feel fulfilled? Why don't I feel fulfilled? And it was because, um, I wasn't seeing how my part in that was important. Now that I use intuition and see how the part is important. So for example, let's say you're going to school to become like a hairstylist or something. You're like, what does that have to do with the bigger picture of life itself? Like, what is being a hairstylist? But the thing is when we understand intuition, your hair is a physical representation of your intuitive gifts. I have very, very long hair. She's just up in a bun right now. But when we have intuition, we can see the bigger picture of what's actually going on rather than just every single day being like Groundhog Day. Okay. Being like Groundhog Day every single day, nothing changing, no variables changing. There's all kinds of things that we can do throughout our day that is going to push our potentials and make our electromagnetic field, this thing going around your body, much bigger and amplified so that we can bring in more of what we actually want. The thing that your heart wants right now is not lying to you. It is made for you. Those things are made for you. And we could go into the topic of like higher self, but just for right now, your heart knows exactly what it is that you came here to build. You came here to be the builder of this thing, but you have to know how each brick is laid. When we don't know how each brick is laid, it then crumbles and then we cry. And then we cry all the time because we don't know how we built it, right? We don't know every single step it took to build those things. That's why you'll see people be successful in business for 10 years. They don't hold the ingredients in their electromagnetic field, and then it topples, and then they don't know how to rebuild it. They don't know how to rebuild it. I gave you guys this example all the time, but when it comes to people winning the lottery, they will lose all of the money because they haven't built their creator field, their electromagnetic body, to hold all of that energy. They don't know what it takes to build $1 million business. They don't know what it takes to bring in those people to help support their pull, their soul pull. When I talk about soul pull, that is the thing that your soul came to earth to do. Okay. So your soul pull, and it is wildly unique to you. That's why I like one-on-one sessions with people, because we can get into the nitty-gritties of like what it is you came here to do and to enlighten in people, brighten this world with, and it will bring more people toward you. You'll become very attractive, and then all of a sudden, boom, here's your soulmate. All of a sudden, boom, here's some real good intimacy. Um, But I talk about this creator field. This is your electromagnetic body. We are electromagnetic beings living in a physical body. It is just energy coming off of us. So your electromagnetic field can span, if you like use your intuition, it can span like 3 to 37 feet outside of your body. And we have the ability to like manipulate those. So, I mean, like with my partner, sometimes I've seen his field thrown out like 200 feet. And I'm like, whoa, we're just trying to love everyone right now. We're just throwing that anywhere. But I myself have gone through parts where I've seen my field get really, really big. And then when we're closed off, I see a lot of people in relationships like close off their energy or really, really tighten up as far as like their heart goes, close their heart up because they are scared from situations happening in the past. Um, and that's also something that you would need to work with an intuitive to help you guys bring in that relationship, because you can't bring in a complementary relationship with your heart being closed. That's a big no-no. It will not work. It just won't work. I've tried it. Because they'll get close to you, but they feel so like they can't get into, know you further because your heart is so closed off to the world. And that is what happens. Like, for instance, I've gone through many traumatic experiences, and everybody experiences trauma differently. My level 10 might be somebody else's level 3, but I've had instances where like bullets have gone up foot from my head while living in an apartment. I've had my car repossessed. I've been evicted from apartments. I've like literally even my dog when I was little, like he didn't even choose me. Like I would just want love from my dog. No one in my life would choose me, even my dog. So I go home and I'm like, well, nobody at school loves me, so I'll just go hang out with my dog. My dog's like, get away from me. And I'm like, no one loves me. Like it was so bad when I was growing up and when I was little that I was so low in my self-image that I would just do anything for anybody. And I would never put myself first, and I would never think about what I needed, and therefore I could never help people. So, why this is so important is when I feel so satisfied and supported and loved, I can then spread that to everybody around me. And that's why we're able to bring in people that are complementary to our energy. Then we're able to share experiences like these very heightened states of intimacy with somebody that we are aligned with. There is seven, 3 to 7 soulmates in this lifetime that you can align yourself with, depending on timelines. Think about timelines as like an exit on a freeway. There's opportunities for you, but sometimes we're not at those points, like we're not at those exits, or we don't take it. And then we're pushing a potential further back. So that's kind of how timelines work if anybody's interested in that. But as far as intimacy goes, you won't be able to enjoy the intimacy if you haven't been able to understand how being in your physical body feels, which translates to passion hobby. The whole reason we want heightened states in intimacy is to feel with our senses, our 5 senses. So smell, touch, taste. What are they? See? I don't even know. Breathe. Anyway, your 5 senses, we want to be in our body, but so many people are right now scrolling on their phone and not wanting to be in their physical body and then wanting intimacy. Like those things they don't correlate. Do you see what I'm saying? Like if I want to have a very physical experience, I have to be embodied into all 5 senses in order to even enjoy that. And so a lot of people are turning to intimate dopamine hits with things and videos and stuff online, and then not understanding why it's not translating into having really good intimacy is because they don't want to feel with all 5 senses how that would actually be. So with that being said, um, if you guys have any questions for me, just leave them in the comments below. I'm trying to get on here every single day for the next 6 months. I also have my podcast on Spotify, Flying Changes Podcast, where I talk all things intimacy, relationships. I talk about animals, all of these things that I'm so very passionate about. And I would love for you guys to join me. I can't do this without you guys. And I love you with my whole whole heart. And I thank you guys so much for giving up this piece of your day to spend with me. I really appreciate it, and I truly cherish all the attention that we've created together. And I love you guys with my whole heart. Bye, guys.